Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I was racing at Hereford last week for the first round of the summer championship and it was a crazy day. My last two karting races have been quite disappointing and a few things that were out of my control went wrong, so I was quite frustrated with the results. I had to miss the final round of the Hereford championship because I was quite ill, so this is the first time I'm karting in over a month. I went to practice on Thursday and then used kart sim to warm up before the race and it was really accurate. I'll do another video on how I used the sim to practice for real life, but now let's get on to the race day. It's a lot warmer now, so my camera battery lasts a bit longer. Because of this, I decided to record my first qualifying, and I'm glad I did because this happened. I had to wait for a while before the marshal told me that the track was clear, so my tyres lost all of their heat and they were super dirty because of how far I had to roll back. I ended up putting in a 34.6, which isn't bad, but I knew I could go faster. I guess the racing gods disagreed because my kart was completely messed up and would barely turn right in the second qualifying session. I asked to change it, but the marshal said I had to keep it, and I ended up being a few tenths slower than my first quali session. This meant I was starting first in the C pre-final. I was a little annoyed, but I knew I had the pace to win this race, and even though I got the same bad car, I managed to win the race by over 7 seconds. Nothing exciting happened in the race, and it is exactly what I call a fun race because I was convinced I was going to go flying off the track every time I turned right. Because I won, I was promoted to the B pre-final. There's loads of action in this race, so let's get straight to it. We hadn't even got to the start-finish straight before a crash happened. My friend was pit maneuvered and then T-boned off the track, which was such a shame for him as he was flying in qualifying. Now, I need to make up as many positions as I can if I want a chance to get a class podium. The driver in front of me had engine issues, which I thought meant I would get a free position. However, once he returned to the pit and changed karts, it was put back into position between me and the car ahead. Fortunately, I was able to get past quickly and returned my attention to catching up to the car ahead. After overtaking Frankie, I didn't have time to catch the cars ahead, but my friend had time to catch up to me, and I had to drive super defensively at the end of the race. I think I used a whole karting season's worth of luck in the space of an hour though, because I ended up finishing P5, but the driver who pit maneuvered my friend got a 4-place penalty which put me up into P4. Then, the driver who was supposed to start first in the B final pulled out. I'm not sure why, but I heard him saying his wrists were hurting. This meant I'd be starting third, but more importantly in a decent kart. The car I was meant to start in was the one I had at the second qualifying session and in my first pre-final, and everybody else who had it was super slow and found it really hard to find time as well. Because P1 wasn't able to race, this meant that I was moved up to the car in front, which meant that I didn't have to take the bad car and I had a better one. Let's get into the final. I was preparing to drive super defensively this race because I was starting second in class and my friend was starting behind me and was super quick this weekend. However, When we were all moved up a place, he was moved into the bad car and ended up losing a couple places, which sucked for him, but it meant I didn't have to worry about defending as much, so I could push as much as possible. I never got a good opportunity to overtake P1, so I had to settle for P2 in class and P13 out of 26. I was super happy with the result. Because this is the first of 6 rounds, it means that I'm P2 in the class championship for now. I was super happy with my performance this weekend. Hopefully it's a sign of what's to come. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.